up and down like some stop. Spit it, watch me fly. This industry ain't giving no props. Kicking the dope up the ops. We thinking outside the box. We coming up on some loot. First our vision, move with skill, precision, focus and shoot. Up and coming like the sun when rising deep into my mind and see what kind of person I am. Maybe we got something in common. Time is ticking, time to get it. No bullshitting, take a listen, see how we sparkling and glisten. Omnipresent, can't you feel it? I'm up, I'm coming, I'm still coming. My cloud vision, so coming.
Welcome back, friends, family, loved ones. This is Up and Coming. I am your host, Javerick 100 Trillion. As usual, we have a great show for you, just for you. Live from Mississippi. Well, this won't be live by the time you catch it, but right now it's live from me. From Mississippi, we have CEO/rap artist Tre G with GoodMentality Music. You know what I'm saying? Tre has a few projects that's out on all platforms, such as Summer Jams, Late Night Vibes, and West Coast Vibes. Excuse me. Shout out to Tre G. Before we get started, if you're watching from YouTube, go ahead and like this and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching from VizD, shouts out to VizD, shouts out to Tay, and all the people at VizD. You can also catch us at YouTube, BlakCrown Sounds with a Z at the end. Yeah, and for those of you watching from YouTube, I know I'm going back and forth. For those of y'all that are watching from YouTube, check out Visual Dramatics, man. Visual Dramatics, you can go to their website, or you can check Visual Dramatics out through your Roku device, man. They are doing big things for entrepreneurs such as myself and independent content providers such as BlakCrown Radio, Up and Coming. Besides those platforms, you can also check us out on BlakCrown.com. And shouts out to our sponsors as usual, Born to Be Rich Collection and New Dynastic Era Carpentry. And if you like what you're seeing and you like to see more of the content, feel free to donate to our Cash App that's at $Crown378. Cash App $Crown378. All donations are welcome. No donation is too small. All right. So before we go any further, I'm gonna go ahead and get Tre G on the line, get his thing crunk up. Oh, yep. The Crown Prince. BCA fresh as usual. The Crown Prince, you know, for all your print needs, hit us up. IG, Facebook, all other social media platforms. Wow, I see myself. Yeah, I had some notes tagged up so that I can get everything in order. Without further ado, Mr. Tre G, what's going on? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all, Tre G was coming live from the studio today. You know,
Yo, what's up?
Tre G, what's going on, young man?
What's going on?
Always working. I see every time I see you on your IG, bro, you always doing something. I like that.
Oh yeah. One thing about me, man, is just like I like to keep myself busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I look at other artists, it's just like when they drop something and you don't hear from them no more.
Right.
But with me, it's just like I can drop a tape out today.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, a few days after that, I'm working on the album. So it's just I like to keep myself going and, you know, give people what they like to hear. So
yeah. I see I'll be checking out your music on, well, it's on all platforms, but I listen from, you have the project Summer Jams, Late Night Vibes, West Coast Vibes.
West Coast Vibe. Oh yeah.
Birkin,
some classic materials, you know what I'm saying? And you know, shout out to the producers that I, you know, teamed up with for Summer Jams, Late Night Vibes and West Coast Vibes. Like, you know, I try to work with producers who know my style pretty good. And you know, and this is like anytime when I'm working on the album, I'll, you know, come across like a new producer and, you know, if he got something that I like that fits me, well, I'm gonna work with him, you know, for a project. So it's like, how can I put this? You really want to work with somebody who know your style pretty good, and then it's just like when you know, kind of feel like, well, I think I found like the right producer who know my style. So it's just like with Black Cat, for an example. Shout out to Black Cat from Seattle.
Okay.
I've been working with him for like 3 years, and the first beat that I came across from him that made me a fan was, I can't think of the name of the beat because it's been sold already. And from there, it's just like the rest is history. It's just like we did that West Coast Vibes tape back here in summer 2018 while I was working on my Summer Vibes album. And from there, it's just like, I said, I'm thinking about in the future doing a full album produced entirely by him. So here it is, finna be a whole new year. And we finally done, you know, did an album. So this album that's coming out, man, you're going to really expect a lot. And you're going to kind of get a new side of me with this album, because it's just like, you know, I try to keep it mellow as possible. But at the same time, ain't nothing wrong with evolving, but having your style with it. So it's like, you don't want to just come with the same style over and over. You kind of want to give people something a little bit different. And, you know, it's just like, I notice myself now, I'm starting to come out of my comfort zone a lot. Something that, you know, if you really think about it and go back and look at what I previously dropped, you can kind of see the growth in my music.
I noticed like you coming more versatile with different flows, you know. Even with you know, artists that you're working with now, you know, like in DMV, you know. I'm digging it, you know.
It's just like, you know, and shout out to those guys. It's just like, you know, with that, I'm glad that he's starting to come more out of his shell too, because you know, when I had watched the interview that y'all did, I'm like, you know, I could tell now he's starting to kind of feel comfortable with himself, you know, because you know, when you know, be around somebody that you're friends with, you kind of notice they're a little nervous at times, but it's all about doing what you love to do to help inspire them to, you know, do the same thing that you're doing. So with him, it's like I see more in him, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't too many artists gonna, you know, put a certain artist on a high pedestal because they want the spotlight for themselves. But with me, I like to, you know,
too much.
I like to help others, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just, you know, a friendly person and I'm a people's person. Like, if you love music, you know what I'm saying, and you trying to get to where I'm trying to go to, like, hey, let's build something together. You know, so, you know, shout out to Dot, you know what I'm saying? And for those that haven't checked out his EP, 1111, you know, head over to all platforms and cop that. And I'm on the project, you know what I'm saying? And another artist who was part of my team, but he's still affiliated, you know, with us. So, yeah, man, shout out to Dr. Mumble.
Shouts out to Dr. Mumble, man. Good mentality. Man, y'all got good chemistry together too, man. You like, you know,
It's been, you know, we've been knowing each other. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. How the whole friendship started was back here in 2018. While I was knocking out my Summer Vibes album, and I had went live on Facebook, because I always go live to keep, you know, everybody updated on what I'm working on. So this one particular day, I forgot which song I was recording, because, you know, with a project, I try to record as many songs as I can. And you know what I'm saying? Once I feel like I done recorded a lot, I just pick, you know what I'm saying, certain songs that I want on the project. But anyway, this one particular day, I had tagged one of my other friends in my live video. So somehow Dot managed to, I guess, tap into my live. And, you know, he started asking, you know, me like who, I forgot one question he had asked. But anyway, he was like, man, we ought to do some songs together. So I'm like, cool. Because, you know, I work with anybody. And this one particular song that this one particular song I had recorded, it didn't make the cut. You know, so I ended up just putting it to the side. And I said, I just wait till the perfect time to drop it. So the more I kept listening to that song, and then I'm like, let me put Dot on here. So I sent the song to him. And I got the song back with some days after that. And I said, man, this dude got talent.
Mm-hmm.
He reminded me of a 90s. He reminded me of like a 90s East Coast rap in a way.
Okay.
By how he spit. So
right. Yeah, he do.
I had confidence. I said, man, you got skills. So from now, that's when, like I said, I just started sending him songs to get on, and then came into last year. I want to say this was like the beginning of it was like towards the end of spring, going into the summer, and that's when I formed GoodMentality. Because actually, I've been had the whole GoodMentality thing in my mind since 2015, but just never really took the time to really bring it together. So it was only right to start my own little team and add that as the first artist to my team. So from there, it just the rest is history. The rest is history.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm loving it. So, see, I see you in the studio. You got the mic.
Oh yeah.
What's going on? I know you got some new projects dropping. I know you got an album.
Yeah, I got an album. Yeah, I got an album dropping next month. And actually, this album was supposed to been dropped back here in October, but I just didn't want to rush it too quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of want this to be my best. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I always treat all my projects like I want them to be the best. But with this one, I guess because this one means a lot to me. And then plus, I want to start the new year off the right way, especially with all what we've been dealing with this year.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why not start 2021 off with like a new album? And what's crazy about this is that I'm actually dropping this album on my birthday next month, which is also the anniversary for my first album I dropped back here 3 years ago, Different Route, which is coming to all platforms. So
okay,
so it's like
January is dropping.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the name of the project?
Live from the Coast.
Y'all heard that? January, Live from the Coast, Tre G.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Huh?
What were you saying before I interrupted you?
Oh, no, go ahead. I can't even think what I was going to say.
Well, let me ask you this. Well, do you have anything you want to give us a sneak preview? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I don't want to, like I said, I hate to spoil it, but why not? This one song right here I'm finna play. I don't want to, hold on, because I'm on a whole different project. I don't want to play nothing from that one. Give me just a second.
While we waiting for Tre, you can check out Tre G music on BlakCrown Radio. Check out some music from Dr. Mumble. Check out some music from DMV Zay. Man, we got a wide variety, wide selection of music. Not just rap. We got R&B. We got gospel. We got hip hop, which to me, hip hop and rap is two different things. Shit. I mean, we have a wide variety. BlakCrown Radio. Check us out, man. Tre G, lots of music from Tre G. Check him out. All right, and so he's getting set up here, and while I'm waiting, Tre, just holler when you're ready.
All right. Well, I'm finna play one right now. This one song I'm finna play is it's called Smooth Sailing, and the reason why I called it Smooth Sailing is because a while back, well, for the ones that don't know me, every weekend I always like to take a trip out of town, you know what I'm saying? To whether it's with my friends or a family trip. But it's like when you're on the road and you just start thinking about a lot of stuff like your future, you know what I'm saying, and more. And this one particular song, it's just like this one city I always go to, and I'm always, passing by car lots, going to the mall, or, seeing houses built from the ground up. And it's just like, I can actually picture myself with these things and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So,
But
Tre G, baby. We live from the coast.
up, Black Cat? Hey, man, just like one of them songs right here. You just put your car on cruise and just lay back and ride, lay back, cruising down the interstate, paint pictures in my mind, thinking about the next move. While I'm feeling down, I 50, 59, starting to come on my mouth. I know my whole life, bitches thinking to myself, man, this a whole new year. Gotta start this year right in the new year, all right. Don't wanna look back to last year, especially how I started. Blood thing, gotta make it do, see if it did the right thing. Look what God been doing to bless me with something better. He always come through, weeping on my worst days. He didn't just get away, y'all know everything. In the road on a cloudy day, it's the perfect getaway. Got my favorite smooth tunes in full rotation. Man, my God, that's a clean Corvette C8. Can't wait until the day to cop a Corvette Stingray. Got it saved in my phone, never anyways. I'm an hour away from touching down, man. Got a text from my home girl who I'm cool with, man. Been feeling this girl for a while. Got a pretty gas face, got an old soul like Tre. That's straight what I'm doing on the road without me really straight. Shorty told me I could've came with you, you always on the highway every Saturday. But I hope you have a good day, just be careful on the highway. Lay back, ride slow, just thinking about my next move while I'm sailing. While I'm smooth sailing. All day, ride slow, just thinking about my next move while I'm sailing. While I'm smooth sailing. Made a quick stop, got home, bread, no lie. About the nearest spot to eat at. My favorite spot, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, the taste of the lemonade.
That's Smooth Sailing, produced by Black Cat. Like I said, this whole album gonna be, produced entirely by Black Cat. You know what I'm saying? My first.
And you say he's from Seattle?
Oh, yeah, he's from Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shouts out to Black Cat. So I didn't mean to put you on spot like that. When we spoke earlier before the interview and you told me you were gonna be in the studio, I figured you had something ready already.
Yeah. Actually, with this album, like I started on this project last year. I want to say, it was last year because this was right after I had dropped Summer Vibes, and it was one song off this album that I had recorded last year, but I really didn't have like an album title in mind just yet because I'm like, I don't like to just interfere with what I already got out already just yet. Like I kind of wanted to take my time and, think about what I wanted to call this project. Yeah. So it's like I had recorded 2 to maybe like 3 songs last year. And I came into this year, I had recorded like about 3 or 4 more songs. So all of a sudden, that's when I had did an interview. Going back to last year, this is when I did an interview last year, and I kind of teased it a little bit. I said, me and Black Cat got some more stuff coming out. So I'm like, I don't think people really catching on what's next. So I said, I'm just gonna keep it low key for a minute until I, decide to come on out with it. So, but anyway, after I had released Summer Jams, the tape that's already out, that's when I started recording some more tracks. Mm-hmm. And towards August, that's when I kind of made my mind up on what I wanted to call this project. Because at the time, this was going to be an EP. But it's like when you do an EP, you got to record so many songs to stay in the EP range. Yeah. And I hate when I do an EP and I just go overboard with it and start recording more than 5 songs. So I'm like, dang, I hate to do this, but I mean, why not? So I went from 5 songs to like 10. But I'm like, no, I don't want to. I kind of see more of an album in this, you know what I'm saying? I kind of want to make this, a full album. So that being said, man, I ended up recording like 18, 19 songs because it's going to be 19 songs on the album. Okay. And from there, it's just like what makes this album so much different from Summer Vibes is that Summer Vibes, I kind of wanted to leave that Southern sound in a way. But, I couldn't because the songs that I really wanted on that album, I ended up recording later on for a part 2. So it's just like with this one, I kind of knew what, you know what I'm saying, what I wanted to do with this one, and then the production, and then who I wanted to work with. So yeah, man, like I said, this album here is gonna be, like I said, my best project, because I've been like uploading snippets on both Instagram and Facebook, and the reaction that I've been getting, I'm like, I think people gonna like this more than the Summer Vibes album, because I couldn't really do what I wanted to do with that one, but with this one, yeah, this is gonna be it. It's gonna be it.
So, I know we tried to do this interview a few times last summer.
Yeah.
Listening to each other, and being that you out in Mississippi and I'm in Georgia.
Right. Right.
So if you could start a genre of music today from the music that you make, Tre G,
right,
GoodMentality, what would the name of the genre be?
Oh man, that's a good one. I would call it vibe rap.
Vibe rap. I can dig it.
Yeah.
That fits your style. You know?
Oh yeah. And the reason why I would say vibe rap, because me being from Mississippi, you rarely see artists on this kind of sound. You know what I mean? And it's another guy that I do music with, and we got the same style just alike. So it's like I kind of want to bring something different. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I like the country rap tunes to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Because without UGK, Outkast, and who else? 8 Ball, MJG, and more, we wouldn't have country rap tunes. So it's just like me being so influenced by the West Coast. When you take West Coast rap and then you take Southern rap and you blend it in together, you get me.
Okay, I'm digging it.
You know, so yeah, it's just like I was
got
my
both vibes of the West Coast and the South. I can hear.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. So it's just like, you know, not taking nothing away from what every other artist here in Mississippi doing. It's just like I kind of want to bring something different. You know what I'm saying? That nobody else is doing, because pretty much you got everybody on this young boy sound and everybody else. So it's just like with me being who I am, I try to maneuver my way through that to keep, you know what I'm saying, my original flow and my original style. So yeah, most definitely, I would call it vibe rap.
Vibe rap. I can dig that. Yeah. So you are out in Mississippi, and you know, the state alone has a reputation for the racism out there. So I don't know much. I mean, besides what I've seen on TV, read, heard, I don't know much about Mississippi. You know, is it easing up a little? Is it, you know, still the same?
Man,
I mean, because
I would say it's still the same to me. I could be wrong, but to me it's still the same. It's just like the stuff that went on back, before my time. It's just like
Emmett Till and a lot of
like, you know, when you try to, you know, go out and do what you like to do, and then I take, for an example, you can go like in a grocery store like fucking Dollar General, and you notice like you just going in, you know, in there to buy what you need, and then you kind of notice they trying to, I guess, follow you wherever you go, you know, to make sure you ain't trying to steal. And it's just like, just because, you know, every black person don't steal, you know what I'm saying? And I hate when, you know, us as African Americans try to do the right thing, but yet they rather sit back. And I don't want to just make this like a racial thing, but, you know, it's just like black people always get racially profiled. You know, you can be minding your business, and the first thing they say, well, he black, you know what I'm saying? Well, he must be trying to steal. Everybody's just not like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, if we can just, you know, people need to come out of that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, racism still going on, and it ain't gonna never end, but people need to stop viewing us African Americans as thieves, you know what I'm saying, or this and that. So it's just like, it's just, you know, even though I do the music thing, but I still take time and I research and, you know, look at a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff that went on back in the 60s and the 50s.
Yeah.
You still seeing it now. And with
Yeah.
all this
I mean,
police brutality, it ain't gonna never
you got
end.
people, you know, who have very closed minds and, you know, very small ways of thinking. People, in
Right.
not even talking about just races. I'm talking about people, period. Anybody that could put anybody in a box and say all
Right.
certain people are like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
I swear.
you know.
Because it's just like me and my mom and my brothers had this conversation a while back.
Mhm.
And like what me and you talking about now, we was talking about the same thing. It's just like, you know, it could be me and my brother, you know what I'm saying? We could be riding somewhere and a police stop us. Not saying that it did happen, but I'm just saying it's just like we could be out minding our own business and we get pulled over and, you know, first thing police officer be like, y'all was speeding. And I'm like, we wasn't. You know, we just minding our business, you know, going to where we need to go. So it's just stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, I look at because it's like when you do the right thing, it seems like people will accuse you of doing the opposite. So
yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna never change because it's still gonna keep going on and keep going on.
Yeah. And I'm sure stuff like that just makes it harder for y'all as artists trying to make it or entrepreneurs trying to make it out in Mississippi.
Because, you know, and I'm speaking, and good thing you pointed that out. It's just like, you know, and I pay attention to the blogs and stuff. It's just like, you know, who can I use for an example? It's like, when Boosie got shot in Houston, even though it's way off topic, it's just like you going to a different city, whether you got, you know, you on tour or whatever, and you just randomly get shot for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, dang, it's like we can't, you can't go nowhere without, you know what I'm saying, somebody targeting you in a way.
Yeah. So that's,
you know, it's crazy. It's just, I'm like, man, you can't go in a store without, like I said, somebody targeting you, somebody watching every look, you know. I'm like, dang, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like when Nip passed away last year, and what's so crazy about that, the day he passed, I think I had made a post on this is what it was. It was a post that was on Facebook saying who was your favorite West Coast, you know, artist and whatever. So I had posted Kendrick Lamar, Nip, of course, because I've been a Nip fan since 2009.
Okay.
Another West Coast artist, Dom Kennedy, Larry June, and who else did I see it? And when I posted it, because I had to work the same day. So I'm working, and then I think I went on break. And one of my friends inboxed me about, she had said, ain't no way Nip just got shot. And I'm like, what? You know, like, I really wasn't trying to believe it at first. So I get on Facebook, and I had came across a link where it says Nip had got shot. And the first thought, I said, well, you know, he probably gonna recover from it.
Right.
So then I just kept reading about it, and all of a sudden, I think TMZ had came out with a post saying a rapper has been dead at the age of 33. So I still didn't, you know what I'm saying, kind of caught on to it. But then the next hour or so, a few minutes, you know, later, and it had reported that Nipsey had passed away at 33. And I'm like, wow, like, and it bothered me a lot because when you've been a fan of a certain artist or any celebrity for a long time, it's like losing somebody close to your family. You know what I'm saying?
Because you
And
start
it's just like
associate
from
yourself.
there, it's just like people was just tagging me in it because they know I've been, you know, a fan of Nipsey before it's there. So it's like what's so crazy. And I'm like, you know, somebody that's trying to do right by his people and make a change for himself, and you don't want to see a black man succeed, you know, because you still got that mentality. You still stuck in the hood, but a person trying to, you know, do something right for the community. And I'm like, when will, you know what I'm saying, people be able to come out of that mentality and start congratulating people for doing the right thing? Because you don't want to be a certain age doing the same stuff you've been doing forever. Like, it's a time and a place for everything, you know. And somebody like Nip, for an example, is definitely somebody, you know what I'm saying, to inspire and learn from, because if he was able to get out the hood and open up his own store and fix up his own community, like, that should motivate others to start their own business. And it's just like, when you look at stuff like that, it kind of goes back to civil rights days. You know what I'm saying? We're going to switch it up a little bit, like Malcolm X getting killed by his own kind. It's like, it's crazy that, you know, stuff like this still going on in today's society. You know what I'm saying? And I ask myself, like, when will it change? You know what I'm saying?
You gotta change. You know, it's right now. It's a point that we need more. I don't know. More of us working together than working against each other.
Exactly. And it's just like,
there's
you know,
always
being from Mississippi,
a hate factor.
I swear. And it's just like being from Mississippi, you know, I see a lot of that. You know what I mean? Artists, you know, because we got talented artists in Mississippi. And I hate to see two guys compete against one another. Like, you know, if we really, how can I put it? Like, I'm going to use me for an example. Okay. If me and Dot, the mama, never really came together and all of a sudden we just bump heads, the first thing I would ask myself, like, now, why would you sit up and work against somebody rather than trying to help put them on? So it's just like, the moment when me and Dot click, I said, man, I kind of see myself in a different lane compared to everybody, because most artists ain't gonna sit up and just give another person a shot because they want the attention all for themselves. That's just like, you know, with some of our favorite rappers in the game now. I look at it with 50 Cent, for an example, one of my biggest influences, but I hate how he treated everybody in G Unit. You know, I look at it how when he first came out with Lord Banks, Young Buck, Yayo, and all them, but now, even though he doesn't cross over to acting, but sometimes, you know, you have to tell yourself, like, why beef with the guys who you started with, and even outside of G Unit? It looked bad on your part for, you know, trying to start beef with everybody when it's money to be made where you and Jay-Z and everybody's, y'all can work together and start something. And it's just like, you know, from there, it's like, I don't want to have that mentality. Like, if I'm working with, you know, others, we build each other up instead of tearing each other down.
Right.
And that's, you know, like, you don't see too much of that now because everything is competition.
Well, it's not, you know, it all depends on who's looking at it or who's doing it. As long as you keep a good heart and mind about what you do and your intent, I wouldn't even speak what other people are doing, because you know, you're gonna find those that only look out for themselves. Then you're gonna find those that genuinely looking out for other people. And just as long as you don't become, you know, the selfish one. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So, And I respect what you're doing, with good mentality. You looking out for artists, and giving them a voice. So
Oh yeah.
So
And it's just like, man. Go ahead.
We kind of out of time though. But before we go ahead, let them know whatever they need to know about Tre G, about where they can find your music, about Good Mentality, even past projects you got going on. You know what I'm saying?
But for the ones out there, man, like I said, my Live from the Coast album is set to drop January 22nd, 2021. You can you can go cop the latest singles from that album, Ice Cold Lemonade, which is a hit single, in rotation now. It's on all platforms. And then my second single, featuring another hot artist out of Texas, goes by the name of Max A, True Player. That's on all platforms. And even with my past projects like West Coast Vibes, Late Night Vibes, Summer Jams, all platforms. And that being said, man, I'm looking forward to the new year. I'm looking forward to people really copying this album, you know what I'm saying, listening to it. And that's all I gotta say.
Okay. Let me get my screen back up. All right. I appreciate your time, Tre G, man. And we're gonna keep jamming your stuff here on BlakCrown.
Oh yeah. And I forgot. Good Mentality. We doing a compilation project real soon, and it's coming out, I want to say, within the not next year, but probably the year after, somewhere around there. So yeah, like I said, not only it's all about Tre G, also y'all get to check out other artists that's on Good Mentality: Dr. Mumbles, DMVZ, Fifth Boy, and more. So like I said, man, that compilation is coming out. But other than that, man, that's it.
Man, that's what's up, bro. And I look forward to hearing your projects in the future, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Already.
Shouts out to everybody else. It's been real. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate the interview.
Meridian, Mississippi, stand up.
Meridian, Mississippi in the house. That's right. All right, Tre, we're gonna have to later on with.
Already.
All right. All right, man. Yep. That's Tre G. Tre G representing Meridian, Mississippi, and Good Mentality Music. You know what I'm saying? As I said, it's projects on our platforms: Summer Vibe, Late Night Vibes, West Coast Vibes. Summer Jams and Late Night Vibes and West Coast Vibes. Shouts out to Dr. Mumble. Shouts out to DMVZ. Shouts out to BlakCrown Radio. Shouts out to Slickta. You know what I'm saying? You can check out Slickta's project on all platforms as well. Born Hungry, Still Thirsty. You can check out BlakCrown Presents In the Beginning on all platforms as well. You know what I'm saying? The Crown Prince. You know what I'm saying? BCA Fresh. Hashtag BCA Fresh. So if you're on IG, you hit that hashtag BCA_fresh. You get a lot of jewels. Shouts out to Jewel. Today is her birthday as we are recording. And speaking of which, this is the last recording that I have for the year. Thank goodness. I'm going to take me a break before I get back to recording. But we have episodes that's going to drop. This is a couple days before the new year. This is Wednesday. New Year is Friday. So, another hashtag on IG, Facebook, Twitter, a little bit. Hashtag more doper. One word, more doper. A lot of gifts for you as well. And as usual, if you would like to donate to the movement, you can cash app us at $crown378. That's $crown378. No donation too small. Shouts out to Biz D. Shouts out to Jewel on her birthday. Check out Jewel Robinson and Financial Gems with Jewel on YouTube and on Biz D. via your Roku device or Visual Dramatics website. Shouts out to you, our viewers, our subscribers. Go ahead and subscribe. Like it even. If you love it, share it with your people, man. As usual, we're going to get out of here. Shouts out to Born to Be Rich Collection. Shouts out to New Dynastic Era. Shouts out to everybody.